Now we're starting our topic number 5, that is the application of Bernoulli's equation, or you can say the effect of Bernoulli's equation in our daily life. Bernoulli's effect we are discussing to start with the spinning ball in a airflow. The increase in speed of fluid must be matched by a decrease in its pressure, because total energy in the steady flowing fluid system remains constant along the flow path. It means that as the velocity increases, the pressure must be decreases, or in oppositely you can say that as the speed decreases, yeah, or the velocity decreases, the pressure must be increased, and it may remain in the steady flow and constant along during the path. Here is the picture depicting the spinning of a ball in an airflow. You can see on the above side of the ball that there are the streamlines that are close to each other, and on the lower side or the below side of the ball there is a streamline that are far apart with each other. On the upper side you can see with the that the energy that the velocity has increased, and so the pressure has decreased as the streamlines are closer to each other. And on the lower side you can see that the velocity has decreased as the streamlines are far apart to each other, and so the pressure is decreased. And with the spinning of the ball on the right hand side, you can say the ball is moving in the direction of the flight. The Bernoulli's effect has an interesting consequence. Now we are explaining more about the spinning of a ball. Suppose a ball is spinning as it travels through the air. As the ball spins, the surface friction of the ball with the surrounding air drags a thin layer, referred to as the boundary layer of air with it. It can be seen from the previous picture that the boundary layer is on one side traveling in the same direction as the air stream that is flowing around the ball. The upper arrow called the lower pressure zone as shown in the picture, and on the other side the boundary layer is traveling in the opposite direction. The bottom arrow on the side of the ball where the airstream and the boundary layer are moving in the opposite direction. The bottom arrow is called the higher pressure zone. To each other, friction between the two slows the airstream. As there are two equal and opposite forces being shown in the picture, that the upper arrow direction is from above to below side, and the lower arrow is from direction is from the lower to upper side. There is the difference in the pressure zones and the air streams. So on the opposite side these layers are moving in the same direction and the stream moves faster. This phenomena of swing in a ball can be explained by using above stated Bernoulli's principle. The player deliberately spins the ball to make it curve in a particular direction. The air moving in that direction of spin is sped up creating the low pressure zone on the above side, and the air in the opposite direction of the spin is slowed down and creates the higher pressure zone. Now higher pressure tries to compensate for the low pressure and pushes the ball, which results in the swing of the ball. According to the Bernoulli's principle, faster moving air exerts less pressure, and therefore the air must exert an upward force on the ball. It means that when the ball is being swung, the upper side of the ball has the higher velocity and lower pressure, and the pressure on the lower side of the ball is higher. So the lower pressure tries to compensate with the lower pressure on the above side, so the ball takes a swing. In fact, in this case, the use of Bernoulli's principle may not be correct. The Bernoulli's principle assumes incompressibility of the air, but in reality the air is easily compressible. Bernoulli's आपने पढ़ा है, you have studied that the Bernoulli's principle uses the concept of the incompressibility of the air, but in reality you know that the air is easily compressible. Now another effect of the Bernoulli's equation is of dynamic lift of the ball. The force acting on a body such as the airplane of the ball or air, the force acting on a body such as the airplane wing hydrofoil and or the helicopter rotor, when it moves through a fluid, is called the dynamic lift. It means that when these things, the aeroplane wing and a hydrofoil or a helicopter are moving, having a having wings or fans like wings on them to fly from the air, the air tries to lift these their wings and the or the hydrofoil or the helicopter. That the lifting up of these things or these objects is called the dynamic lift by the air of the or the fluid. The dynamic lift is responsible for the curved path of the spinning ball, as depicted before, as explained before, and lift of the aircraft wing. In you have seen that the wings are not completely flat, but they are slightly curved. It is an application of Bernoulli's theorem and is responsible of zigzag trajectory of a ball. The dynamic lift also occurs in aeroplane wing, hydrofoil, and the. Now here we are discussing about the dynamic lift in the airfoil. Uh, Here you can see on the right side that there is a airfoil of the streamlines, airflow of the air or the fluid, that is the air. These are the streamlines, they are called the airfoil. You can see there that the wing is slightly curved, and this curved side on the upper side makes the streamlines closer to each other, and on the lower side the streamlines become apart from each other. That provides the foil push, that shows that the airfoil pushes upside from the above side, and from the lower side it is deflected downward. The dynamic lift for lift or the aerodynamic lift is a phenomena in which the curved airfoil or wing of an aeroplane experiences an upward uh, thrust when moving in a fluid. The dynamic lift is generated due to difference in pressures, as discussed before, which are created by the movement of air in different velocities along the upper and lower surfaces of the airfoil. Here below, on the below side, you can see another picture that shows the airfoil that lifts the wing on the upper side, and having the higher velocity on the upper side, and the air current velocity is lower at the below side. That shows there is a low pressure on the upper side and the high pressure on the lower side. These pictures are depicting the dynamic lift of the airfoil. The stream of air passing through lower surface of airfoil attains higher velocity because of the shorter distance when the airfoil moves forward with the velocity. The air passing through the upper surface has a higher velocity shown in the previous picture. From Bernoulli's theorem, we know that the high velocity creates low pressure zone and lower velocity creates a high pressure zone. These are shown in the previous picture on the below side. Thus, airfoil in motion has low pressure zone on its upper surface and a high pressure zone in its lower surface, completely depicted in the previous picture. This gives a foil a dynamic lift. Foil means the stream of lines. These are the two examples depicting the lift of the aeroplane wing, and on the below side you can see the propellers of an aeroplane or the helicopter. The wings can produce lift that is more dynamic when plane flies faster. That's why airport have long runways so that the airplane can gather enough speed for their wings to produce the enough lift to get the plane airborne, means that it can lift up and leave the airport. You can see, or you have imagined, or you can have seen that when the airplane runs through the airport, it runs a surface, a small, it covers a small distance, so that on covering this distance you see that the airplane try, uh, gradually changes its direction, tilted in the upward direction, so that there is the airfoil produced for the dynamic lift for the aeroplane. In the below example, this is the principle that also applies to the propellers, which enable a plane to achieve the forward thrust. The propellers are curved like an airfoil. You can see in this picture they are curved. An airfoil which produce a pressure and the thrust for the plane to move forward and with the lift in the. Now this is the dynamic lift in a spin of a ball. The phenomena of a ball spin in sports can be explained by using the Bernoulli's principle of dynamic lift. In sports such as baseball, cricket, or table tennis, the player deliberately spins the ball to make it curve in a particular direction. Here you can see on the right side in the picture that the ball is being swung. The double arrows are showing, and the upper side of the ball have the streamlines, or you can say the foil, air foil closer to each other, and it provides these upper side airfoil provide a faster wind speed and with the low pressure, and on the lower side you can see the airfoils are stretched toward the lower side, or they are far apart, and so the wind speed is slower and with the high pressure. The air moving the direction of the spin is sped up, creates low pressure, and the air in the opposite direction of the spin is slowed down, creates the high pressure zone, that is shown in this picture. The high air pressure tries to compensate for the lower pressure. The dynamic lift pushes the ball, resulting in the curve. This in this picture same, you can see that there is a lift force on the upper side and the gravitational force on the lower side, and the green arrow with the omega provides the angular velocity, that is for the spin. On the right, on the left hand side you can see the drag force, which is due to the airfoil or the airflow on the backward direction, and on the right hand side you can see that is the air of the speed on the right hand side and moving forward. There is a low pressure zone on the upper side and the high pressure zone on the uh, um, uh, lower side, and on the left hand side you can see that there is a turbulent wake for the downward deflection. Thank you so much. Hopefully, I am able to understand let you understand the dynamic lift and spinning of the ball, and the uh, uh, propellers function, and the aeroplane dynamic lift. Is there any question you can ask me? Hopefully, you are able to understand the applications of the Bernoulli's equation. Thank you so much.